Hello everyone. Once again, I welcome you all to your English 2 class. Now, as you have seen, the other day we were about to complete our chapter, but two paragraphs were left. So in today's class, we shall be completing those. Along with that, the word meanings which you couldn't understand and you kept on asking me in your live classes. So those also I will try to show you the pictures in some of the cases, and some I will explain. At the same time, we shall be discussing your question answers from this chapter. Okay, so let us start. So we have completed up to here. We have completed up to paste to destroy. Up to here we have completed the other day. So up to here you have seen that these owlets, they came to the narrator's family, and they were kept as a guest, or you can say as guests. They were kept first, and then afterwards gradually it became their pets. Okay, so almost everybody, and especially grandmother, became very much fond of them, and they also in return loved her too much. Okay, now what was their nocturnal duty, or you can say what was their duty at night? Means you can say that not only at night, all the time they used to be an excellent pest destroyer. So what is a pest destroyer? This meaning many of you have asked. Pest, actually I have said pest is something which we call an insect. An insect we can call a pest, or you can say a bug, bug. A bug also we will say a pest. Then destroyer, the word has come from the word destroy. Somebody who destroys, we will call that person destroyer. So here the owlets, they used to kill the beetles, that means the insects, and they used to eat them up. So in that way they used to destroy them. So that is why the owlets are being called pest destroyer or insect killers. Okay, now in today's class we shall be starting from here. The owls love to sit and splash in shallow discs. So I have shown you what is a bird bath. What is a bird bath? You have already seen this. So this is a bird bath. So if their water is given, they used to sit here and they used to splash the water. Splash the water means they used to do they used to play in that water. Okay, so that is what is being called as they used to splash the water. Okay, uh, they will be sitting here and they will be getting completely wet. They will be like kind of a jumping, or they will be splashing the water everywhere. Okay, so then what is being said, and especially if cold water was poured over them from a jug at the same time. So, if that time means when they were having a birth, or you can say when they were splashing the water, if that time cold water was poured means from the above, if somebody will pour down the water into that bathtub, or you can say into that bird bath, they will be the happiest uh, uh, creature in the world. They would get thoroughly wet. They will be completely wet. That means they will sprinkle and splash the water everywhere in their body and will get completely wet and jump out on the perch. And jump out on the perch, I have said what is a perch. If a case, if you see there, you will see one kind of a rod which is given. So that is what we can say a perch. And shake themselves, and then return for a second splash, and sometimes for a third. So they were so fond of this playing with water that they will come back to the water again and again. They will again and again they will come to that bird bath, or you can say into that shallow dish where the water was given. So they will come there and they will be playing with water. They will be splashing water everywhere in their body. and they will be getting completely wet. Looking back on those owlish day, the owlish day actually the narrator is calling those days, or you can say on those days or during those days on which those owlets were there in the family. The owlish day here means those days on which or during which the owlets were there in the family. So those days are being called as owlish day by the narrator. So here you can say this owlish is becoming an adjective of days. If this word is a noun, then owlish is becoming an adjective. Why? Because those days, how were those days? Those days were owlish. Now, what is an owlish day? If you say what is an owlish day, the day during which the owlets were there means the tenure, or you can say the duration of those maybe a few months, that for those few months when the owlets were there in their family, in the narrator's family, those days are being called as owlish day. Carry in my mind a picture of grandmother. So what the narrator is means reminiscing, or the narrator is thinking. The narrator is thinking that during those days, means during those days when the outlets were there in our family, my grandmother, she when she went, you can see here, carry in my mind a picture of grandmother with contented look in her rocking chair. Contented look as here means a very kind of a satisfied, means a completion of something, or you can say that a look out of satisfaction in her rocking chair. Rocking chair is kind of something like so what is a rocking chair? Rocking chair is quite like this one you can call a rocking chair. So where somebody can sit and relax. Okay, so that is what we call a rocking chair. Grandmother would be sitting in her rocking chair, having a very satisfied look or very contented look. Once on entering her room, while she was having an afternoon nap means sleeping, a short sleeping you can say, or sleeping for a short time, when after having a lunch, when she used to go to her bed, so that time when she used to sleep, we can find what was the natural, or what was the usual scenario that time. I saw that one of the owls had crawled off her pillow till its head was snuggled under her ear. So I have said what is snuggling. Snuggled here means the owlet it used to keep its beak, you can say, or its bill, you can say, under the ear of grandmother, in the pillow where grandmother was sleeping. And in that pillow the owlet will go and it will keep its beak or bill uh, under the ear of grandmother. So it shows somewhere how much fondness grandmother had for them, and how much these owlets also loved her in return. Okay, I saw that one of the owls had crawled up her pillow till its head was snuggled. So it kept its head under the ear of grandmother. So it was a kind of a love and affection that it used to, or you can say the kind of a love that it used to show towards grandmother. Both grandmother and the little owl were snoring. Snoring, I have said what is snoring. Snoring means kind of nasal sound which will be produced during a sleep, during a deep sleep, you can say, during somebody, when somebody is having a sound sleep or somebody is having a very deep sleep. So that time the nasal sounds, the sound from the nose that comes, it is sometimes creates much disturbance for others. So that sound is called a snoring sound. Okay, so that is what we have up to here in your this chapter, that the owls in the family. Now one thing I want to make clear, that is here the words, the meaning of the words that you were having much difficulty to understand. So first word, I have just underlined those words which you kept on asking. First word is full-fledged. Full-fledged here means you can say a completely developed. Completely developed means here the outlet, this outlet, the first outlet which came to their family. So that is being meant here. That means all its body parts were completely developed. That means it didn't have an abnormal body part. All its body parts were completely developed. Baranda steps. Baranda, you know, is a kind of a place. So this kind of a place is being called a baranda step. Okay, so you can see this kind of a step is being called a baranda step. Clacked here means by tapping its bill, it made a noise, it made a sound. So that is what is being called clacked. So by tapping its bill or beak, it made a clacking sound. And then threatening. Threatening means of which you will get afraid or frightening, you can say. Okay, tamarind tree. Tamarind tree. By seeing the fruits of the tree, you can understand that what is this tree in Bengali, which is called Tetul Gach. You already, that is an answer which was given by you all. So you can see the fruits and you can imagine what is. So that is what a tamarind tree is. Okay, and then enquiring. Enquiring here means asking or questioning. Okay, persuade here means approaching, or you can say convincing someone to do something. You can say approaching someone to do something, or agreeing, making someone agreed to do something. That is what we call persuading. Okay, then emerged. Emerged means appeared. You can say emerged means appeared. So here you can say where it had come out, where in the mouth of the pipe, or where the pipe had come out, that one is emerged. Or you can say here actual emerged means appeared. Okay, lace. I have shown you the picture of lace. Again, once again I will show what is lace. Okay, just wait. So this is a lace. You can see this particular surface which is coming out from this way kind of a window. We call it a lace. Okay. Here the sounds are crooned and gargled. So this crooning means a humming sound. That is generally the humming sound is produced by bees. So here the narrator is saying that the mother owl, it made this kind of sound, crooning sound and gargling sound. So gargling sound is another sound of satisfaction, sound of contentment. Okay. Then stooping. Stooping means bending. Okay, bending is what, when you suppose when you pick up something from the ground, that time you bend your body like this. So that is what we call bending. Okay, and then okay, then stooping, and then swooped down. Swooped down means in a very rapid speed. Swooping down means in a very rapid speed. In a very rapid speed, when something comes down, we call it swooped down. Okay. So here the mother owl, when it saw that its babies were there in the garden, the narrator and his grandfather took the babies to the garden. So it thought that as if those are going to be, means they are going to kill them, or they are going to cause any sort of harm to them. So that is why it swooped down. It came rapidly and it attacked them. Agile means able or capable of running away or going away from that place. So grandfather was capable, or grandfather was able, or grandfather was strong enough to go away from that place. Bird bath. I have shown you what a bird bath is. I have shown you what a bird bath is. This is a bird bath. Okay. So then the question is Hoo sound. That is again another sound which was made by the mother owl. Unselfish. Unselfish means somebody who is not selfish. So selfish, you know, somebody who is self-centered, who always thinks of his fulfilling his purpose, or you can say who always thinks of himself, and he doesn't care of anybody else's, whether he is causing anybody any sort of harm or any sort of misbehaving with someone, so that he is not very much careful about. He always thinks of himself. We call that person a selfish person. So the opposite one of selfish is unselfish. Unselfish means somebody who is not selfish. Okay. Strangely enough, were among the few things, and then petticoat. So this is a question which was asked by, I think, many of you. What is a petticoat? So see here, actually, if you see in the modern context, petticoat means that I have said that some sort of a garment. And that kind of a garment. But here if you see in the year when or the time when grandmother used to wear the petticoats, or you can say when the narrator is talking about, so these kind of dresses, we call it a petticoat. So what is the narrator trying to say here, that when the outlets they saw any sort of any person in the family, or especially any woman in the family, when they saw any woman in the family who were dressed up like grandmother, that means who wore these kind of petticoats, so they had respect for them. They had respect for them means they used to think that everybody is like grandmother, and they used to have respect for them. Okay, so that is what a petticoat is. Kind of a dress, kind of a gown, kind of a dress that the woman used to wear. Okay, then she would run shrieking. Shrieking means trembling. Okay, shrieking here means trembling or shivering. Okay, so these are the meanings, and then comes this part. I have explained this purring of the cat, where the cat will rub its leg in the on the ground, that the sound will be called a purring sound. And then hours would disturb. Hours here is a possessive pronoun, so you remember this one. Hours is a possessive pronoun, that means our pets, or you can say the our outlets will disturb the outlets who were the outside outlets, or who were the outsiders. Okay. Occupation means somebody's work. Occupation. Infested means where plenty in numbers, or where many in numbers. Okay, that is what we call infested. Pest destroyer, I explained. Pest destroyer. Pest means insects, and destroyer means who will destroy them. So pest destroyer means the insect killers. Means somebody who will kill the insects. They are being called here as pest destroyer. Now who are these? A pest destroyer, the outlets. Splash. A splashing means when somebody will be in the water, and when you that this kind of a scenario will be made, we will be calling it a splashing scenario. Or we can say when the bird will jump into the water and the water will be like this, then we will call it a splashing. We'll call it splash. Okay, then perch, I have said what is perch. Let me show you. So you can see here that this is a perch, okay, where the birds are sitting. So we will call that rod, or that wooden piece of a stand. We can say this bird will be a perch. Okay, okay. So next, all these today only I have discussed Owlie's days, snoring and snuggled. So you just watch this video and try to get the meaning of these words. Okay. Before you join your live class, you first watch this video and you find out the meaning of these words. You see the pictures which I have shown, so you will understand all these things. Okay. Now another thing which I should tell, that the question answer, if we shall be starting that part up to where it can be completed, I shall be telling those. Okay, rest all we will be doing it in our next class if anything is left. Okay, so let us start our question answer. Before this one, the first which one we are having, these are the true false questions. Okay, these are the true false questions which we are having. The first one is the spotted owlet is the largest owl species. No, the spotted owlets are not the largest owl species. They are the smallest. You can say rather. The largest owl species will be this. The first one picture which is given in your book. No, this one. This great horned owl. Great horned owl. They are the largest one. So when it is being said the spotted owlet is the largest owl species, we will tell that this is false. Okay, so this one will be false. The first one is false. Okay, the next one, the spotted owlets and the manas are friends. No, so because it has been said the owls and almost other birds, they think that the owls are their enemies, so this one again will be false. Okay, and then the spotted owlets live in the holes on the trees. Yes, this is true. The spotted owlets lives in the holes in the trees. This will be true. Okay. Next one. The spotted owlets are completely nocturnal birds. They come only at night. No, this is wrong. This is false. Why? Because it has been said here, it is not a completely a nocturnal animal or a nocturnal bird. It prefers to stay during the daytime, it prefers to stay in the hole, and at night it prefers to come out. So it is their preference, that it is their liking, you can say that at the daytime, in the daytime they will keep themselves at home, and in the nighttime, at nighttime they will come out of that. Okay, so this is again false. False. Okay. Next, the spotted owlets eat other small animals. Yes, we can say this is true. Okay, number E, this will be true. This will be true. Then, the spotted owlets have sharp eyes. Yes, it has been said the spotted owlets are having sharp eyes. The spotted owlets have weak beaks. No, they are having strong beaks, so it will be false. Okay. Next, the spotted owlets enjoy getting wet. Yes, that is true because it has been said in the very last, towards the very last paragraphs that these owlets, they used to enjoy getting wet in the water. Okay, this is true. So these are the true false questions that you should do, and you can see this video and you can write in your copy these. Okay, now let me explain that the question answers which are given. So first one, question number 2, the word character is used for a person. The first one question, let me read what is the first one question which is given in your book. The first one question which is given in your book is the word character is used for a person who appears in the story, book, play, or a movie. There are 4 characters mentioned in the text. Can you identify them? Yes, we can identify them, and these are the characters. The first one character is the narrator himself, then his grandfather, his grandmother, and Aunt Mabel. So these are the characters. The narrator, his grandfather, grandmother, and Aunt Mabel. Okay, these are the characters in the story. Okay. Then the next question, that is question number 3. I had placed one on a branch of the mango tree and was stooping to pick up the other. When I received quite a heavy blow on the back of my head. Where was the narrator? The narrator was in the garden. You can write here. The narrator and his grandfather, they were in the garden. What had he placed on the mango tree? On the mango tree, he had placed an owlet out of the 2. That means there were 2 owlets and he placed one of them on the mango tree. What was he stooping to pick up? He was stooping to pick up the other owlet. Okay. The next question of question number 3C. Who gave him the heavy blow? The mother owl gave him a heavy blow. Okay. Number 3 is done. Now number 4. Question number 4. I got the feeling that she was sorry for her behavior the previous day because she greeted us with a soft hoo-hoo. Who, according to the narrator, was feeling sorry? Number B. How did she show she was feeling sorry? Why had she come there? These are the questions. The answers will be, according to the narrator, the mother owl was feeling sorry. So first question was, who according to the narrator was feeling sorry? According to the narrator, the mother owl was feeling sorry. The previous day in the garden, she gave the narrator a heavy blow and tried to attack grandfather. Now she didn't come close to them but sat in a distance and made hoo-hoo sound to show that she was sorry for her behavior. Because you have seen the first day when the narrator and his grandfather they went to the garden to release those owlets. The mother owl it came suddenly, all of a sudden it came swooping down. That means as if in a very speedily it came down and it gave the narrator a heavy blow because he thought that as if the narrator and his grandfather they were causing some harm to its child. So that is why it misbehaved with them. But the next day it realized the mistake it committed, and it came back to them to ask how to you can say that to show them that she was sorry for her behavior. Okay, number C. She came there to let the narrator's family know that her babies should be kept with them as she won't be able to manage them properly. So why did she come there? Why had she come there? The number C. Question number 4 C. See, when you are answering these questions, when you are writing the answers of these questions, you will be copying the questions from your book. Okay, you copy the questions from your book. Here I have not given you because your study materials then it will be increased, means your pages will be increased. That's why I have not given in your study material, but you can see in your book and you can copy. You have to copy the questions you copy, and then you write down the answers which are being provided. Okay, it's not mandatory that you will be writing these answers only. You can frame your own answer if you want or if you can. Then question number C. Why had she come there? She came there to let the narrator's family know that her babies should be kept with them as she won't be able to manage them properly. So as it has been said there by the narrator that the mother owl it came to them, it brought back the owlets because it knew that the owlets were growing or the owlets were big enough for her to manage them properly or to be brought up by them or to be reared up by the narrator's family. Okay, number 4 done. Then question number 5. Question number 5, what are the questions? Question number 5, the questions are, do these lines suggest, means what are the lines? So the two owlets became regular members of the household and strangely enough were among the few pets that grandmother took a liking to. Now, while we started this chapter, I have said you that grandmother was very much choosy. She was very much selective when she used to means when she selected that which are the pets which should be there in their family and which should not be there in their family. She was very much choosy about that. That means when grandfather brought the python, that time she was not happy because she didn't want that a snake should be there in their family. So she was this kind of a person who was very much choosy, who was very much selective, who had likes and dislikes for the pets. Okay, so these owlets they were fortunate enough to be able to win her heart. Okay, So that is why it has been said. So do these lines suggest that grandmother liked most pets or that she didn't like most pets? So she liked few and she didn't like few. So the expression strangely enough tells that grandmother was choosy in the matter of pets. She liked some and disliked few. Okay, you can write it this way: she liked some and disliked few. Okay, the number B question. Who were the members of the household beside grandmother? So here the narrator himself, his grandfather, his grandmother, and Aunt Mabel. So beside grandmother, the question is given beside grandmother. So you can omit this name and you can write that the family members beside grandmother, the other members of the family were, you can write in this way, the other members of the family were the narrator himself, his grandfather, and Aunt Mabel. Okay, along with grandmother, there was the narrator himself, the grandfather, and Aunt Mabel. Now the question is, which member of the household didn't like the owlets and how do you know? In the household, who didn't like in the household? In the household Aunt Mabel didn't like the owlets. Whenever the owlets would come closer to her in a friendly manner, she would suddenly go away from that place. Whenever the owlets would come closer to her in a friendly manner, she would suddenly go away. Okay, so up to here we shall be stopping today, and in our next class we shall be completing the whichever part is remaining from this chapter. Okay, so that's all for today. Have a very nice day. Thank you.